If someone asks me who is the biggest winner of summer 2024, only one name comes to my mind, and it is none other than Justin Baldoni. I know it's an odd choice, considering that a lot of people are doing pretty great. However, for Justin, summer 2024 has been a career-defining season as he has gone through a lot and somehow managed to survive them all without a single scratch. And he has achieved all these against a pretty strong rival, the Hollywood it girl Blake Lively. How did he manage to do this though? How come Justin Baldoni has emerged as the ultimate winner of the seemingly endless It Ends With Us drama? Let's find the answer together. You all probably know who Justin is at this point, but if somehow you manage to stay away from the drama, let me introduce him to you briefly. Justin is an actor, director, producer, and author best known for his role as Rafael Solano on the popular TV series Jane the Virgin. But there's something special about Justin. Beyond his acting career, he has made a significant impact in the entertainment industry and beyond thanks to his advocacy for social issues. In fact, even before all this It Ends With Us drama, a lot of people were already adoring Justin. I feel like the Justin fandom grew a lot when he directed the critically acclaimed film 5 Feet Apart, a romantic drama about two young people with cystic fibrosis. The film was praised for its sensitive handling of illness and romance, further establishing Justin as a talented filmmaker. As I said, he's also known for his commitment to challenging societal norms, especially around masculinity. He gave a TED Talk titled Why I'm Done Trying to Be Man Enough, which has been viewed millions of times. In this talk, he discusses the pressures men face to conform to traditional ideals of masculinity and advocates for a more compassionate, authentic approach.
Men, I understand. Growing up, we tend to challenge each other. We got to be the toughest, the strongest, the bravest men that we can be. And for many of us, myself included, our identities are wrapped up in whether or not at the end of the day we feel like we're man enough. But I got a challenge for all the guys, because men love challenges. I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. Your strength, your bravery, your toughness. Can we redefine what those mean and use them to explore our hearts?
And let's be honest, even in 2024, it is rare to see a male actor having such honest and intimate speech regarding gender roles. This was my personal introduction to Justin as well, and I've been a follower of his since then. In addition to his TED Talk, Justin authored a book titled Man Enough: Undefining My Masculinity, which dives deeper into these themes. He also hosts the Man Enough podcast, where he explores similar topics with various guests, encouraging conversations about vulnerability, identity, and what it means to be man enough. I guess you get the idea why he is such a beloved person. Were you a fan of Justin before all this drama? Let me know in the comments. However, was he as beloved as Blake Lively? I doubt so. Well, at least up until this summer, Blake was a beloved household name for most of us. And then she made the mistake of clashing with Justin and miserably failed against him. It all started with the movie titled It Ends With Us. If you didn't know, It Ends With Us is a movie adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel about domestic violence. Justin originally secured the rights to the novel. He even admitted that the story brought him to tears. The rumor has it that Colleen only agreed to sell the rights after receiving a heartfelt email from Justin, which convinced her that he truly understood the story's importance. However, when Blake entered the picture, things started to go downhill for the movie. Blake was not only cast as the leading character of the film, Lily Bloom, but also became one of the producers of it, so she had a lot of creative input in the movie. Soon, rumors spread about clashes behind the scenes, with insiders saying that Lively and Baldoni had very different filmmaking styles. One crew member revealed Blake is very business-minded, while Justin is more focused on the artistic side of filmmaking. This led to creative conflicts, with Lively even commissioning her own cut of the movie. Another insider shared, "Everyone knew they didn't like each other. I doubt they'd work together again." I mean, taking a brief look at the press tour of the movie proves that the two have bad blood between them.
We do have It Starts With Us, so I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct. That's what I think.
Seriously, what did you first think when you initially saw the press tour of It Ends With Us? Can't wait to hear about your reaction to it. I know that most fans realized that all the cast members, including Blake, unfollowed Justin on Instagram while Justin was still following them. Then, during the press tour, Blake and Justin avoided one another to death, never appearing in a single picture together, so the animosity was obvious, but the reasons behind it were oblivious. Of course, it took us only a couple of days to figure out what had happened. It turns out that Blake overstepped her part in the movie to the point of meddling with Justin's direction. She even went as far as to involve her husband in the movie, revealing that she allowed Ryan Reynolds to write some of the scenes of the movie. And guess what? Justin learned this alongside us when she spilled the tea during the press tour.
The more drama that comes out about It Ends With Us, the more I really don't even want a sequel because the drama has really ruined the movie. And now that Entertainment Tonight confirms that Ryan Reynolds writing a scene for It Ends With Us and made it into the final cut of the film did indeed come as news to Justin Baldoni, the director, who found out only after Blake Lively revealed it in a red carpet interview. Honestly, this is just very unprofessional and so condescending. Imagine being the director of a film and finding out at the same time of the general public during an interview on the red carpet, your co-star's husband's scene is actually the one that made the final cut. Not your scene that you worked hard on, expecting to be praised because you worked so hard on this movie, but instead your co-star's very famous, rich husband.
So even though this was his movie, Justin was completely sidelined by Blake and was ignored throughout the filming process. Do you think this was petty of Blake to sideline Justin? Do you think she did Justin wrong by basically stealing this movie? Even though this did not sit right with a lot of the fans, the thing that threw the fandom to the edge was Blake's questionable approach to the themes of the movie. We quickly noticed that Blake ignored the movie's core themes during the press tour, dodging questions about domestic violence and instead focusing on her new hair care brand and marriage with Ryan. She even went as far as to promote her alcohol brand, which was very interesting considering the fact that the movie is about domestic violence and alcohol has a huge part in a lot of DV cases. Plus, her attitude in interviews about the movie was also not very likable, as she seemed like she was mocking the DV survivors. I mean, watch this video and let me know in the comments what you think about it.
Lily Bloom is, oh, look at me in flowers, Lily Bloom. It's neoprene. They just like go deep sea diving in it. I think I put more into that movie than
That's awesome.
I'm going to jump into this. And Blake, I'm going to start with you to run into a celebrity in public. We only have a few moments to maybe speak with you guys. But for people who see this movie, who relate to the topics of this movie on a deeply personal level, they're really going to want to talk to you. This movie is going to affect people and they're going to want to tell you about their lives. So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could, I'm just curious.
Just social security number.
I'm a Virgo, so I'm
Yeah.
like, are we talking logistics? Are we talking emotionally? Or darkness or sadness, that's your character. Or if you're light and levity and love and joy and hope, then that's your character. You don't often see a woman that gets to be so multifaceted because you don't often see messy women in film. And so to be able to be a woman who's contradicting herself, but yet it makes complete sense, and seeing the messiness of the human experience, I think is a beautiful thing to see because it makes people feel seen and not alone.
Look at those shoes.
She's on now.
I mean,
a
he
film about
does
them.
still send me flowers, and it wasn't when we first met, thank goodness. No, we were friends for many years first. But yeah, he does send me flowers. He's nice. He's great about that. Yeah.
And what's the key to marrying a best friend? Being with a best mate?
I just think marry your best friend. I think the key is marry your best friend, because when there's friendship, there's always love, there's always empathy, there's always curiosity. You're the first person you want to tell everything to, and I think that's key. Like he's the person that I want to share everything with. You know, like when you call your best friend to complain about your partner, he's the best friend that I would call to complain about my partner.
I do. I work on everything he does. So his wins, his celebrations are mine, and mine are his. I mean, he's all over this. Each other, we work together so much. So the iconic rooftop scene in this movie, my husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but you know.
Now, you may ask, what was Justin doing when Blake was ignoring the theme of the movie? Well, I think the two's Instagram bios show the difference in their approach to the issue. Like, Blake is promoting herself while Justin is directly pointing at the valuable sources on DV. This is a huge difference.
To make a movie that about the female emotion and it's just hysterical women. And I was like, no, like women also want to listen to Tom York. So we have a
And then I remember finishing the book and I wrote Colleen this impassioned letter, just pouring my heart out and saying this is why I'm a filmmaker. This is why we started Wayfair Studios, to tell stories like this. And if this book, before it had become a global sensation, had already helped thousands of women leave situations like Lily was in, I knew that if we could find a way to adapt it, which we knew wasn't going to be easy, then we had the potential to impact millions of lives. And
he's also the only cast member in the movie who talked about DV in detail during the interviews.
I think all of the scenes showcasing gender-based violence, I think that was very hard for me. I almost had to step out of my body. There were a lot of times, even thinking about it is hard. There were a lot of times where I would have to go privately into a room and just cry or shake it out and try to get him out of me and that energy out of me, because it's too real, and there are too many people that are the real life Lily Blooms of the world that have to deal with that every single day. And I wanted it to be as real as possible, and yet it was very hard to shoot those scenes. But luckily, the only way it was possible is, I had an incredible intimacy coordinator, I had an incredible stunt coordinator. Both of them were women. And then there was Blake, who, honestly, between those three women, they really were the ones choreographing and navigating all of those scenes, because I needed to play Ryle. And in those moments, to be perfectly frank, I really wasn't the director. It was those women that were in charge. And from the beginning, I wanted all the intimate scenes to be from a female gaze, and I never wanted my bias to potentially, interject and go into the film. So I kind of stepped back and felt all the things and allowed myself to do the work, and shook it off as best I could.
He even just shared a heartfelt message with domestic violence survivors on Instagram. In his post titled "Dear Survivor," Justin began with a powerful message. You embody resilience and courage, qualities that shine bright even on the darkest days. He continued, "In the tapestry of your life, each thread tells a story of endurance, strength, and hope. Every step forward you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your unyielding spirit and an inspiration to others." Acknowledging that he can't fully grasp the pain survivors have endured, Justin made it clear that he stands with them. "I want you to know that you are never alone in this fight. We are with you. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, and in your thriving, you inspire us all." He wrapped up his note by sending gratitude, strength, and love to survivors everywhere. And I believe checking the comments under this post not only proves that Justin is the winner of this beef, but also why he won against Blake. One follower wrote, "This is the proper way to handle a DV project. You sincerely care about the victims and it shows." Another added, "Thank you for being so empathetic and responsible in your promotional efforts for this film. It speaks volumes to your character and your desire to make a change for survivors." Now, of course, Blake did her best to turn the tides around to her advantage. She claimed that Justin fat-shamed her during filming and he kissed her longer than he should have. However, soon it turned out that Justin had a back problem, and so it was important for him to know the weight of his co-stars before intimate scenes. Regarding the kissing rumors, he didn't even feel the need to make a statement. That's how absurd that sounded. Do you think Blake might be telling the truth, or do you think she's just being ridiculous? I feel like by the time she came up with these claims, many fans had already made up their minds. I mean, throughout the drama, Justin proved himself to be the classy and demure one. while Blake seemed unreasonable and even childish at times. Plus, Justin made the right choice by putting the movie's actual theme ahead of himself, unlike Blake, who prioritized her brand over the movie. People wanted to see a gentle soul fighting for an important message rather than a capitalist, already well-off actress who cares about nothing but herself. Of course, we will never know how the two really feel about all these. Perhaps Justin is only a smart man who can read the room better, and that's why he made those moves. Who knows? Regardless though, he made the right move and emerged as the ultimate winner of this drama. If you want to learn more about It Ends With Us drama and the true nature of Blake Lively, watch this video.